Out of all the games I've played in my 43 years of life, try to not think about the 43 part, because I'm sure not. I don't think there's anyone that I anticipated with more bated breath than Final Fantasy VI. Also known in the US as Final Fantasy III. Man, I forgot how long they like to hold those notes. So this was the very first well, not the first, probably the first long playthrough that I ever did on this channel. But those were back in the days when I didn't really know what I was doing. I probably had a 3-digit number of subscribers at the time. I didn't really care, about the quality of the footage, the commentary. I was kind of just doing it for myself, more or less, and in many ways I still do that even now. But the point being is that for many, many years now, I've always wanted to come back and do this one over and just do it proper. Do it with proper capture software and all that gobbledygook, and just actually get a good-looking LP of this game that didn't have all this, my monitor and the wall behind it, and the glare on the monitor, and just all these little things about it that were so annoying, and a lot of times you couldn't see things that were supposed to be clearly visible. So I'm hoping to rectify some of that now, and holy mackerel, I forgot how good the music was in this game, though. Listening to it in headphones, God, makes all the difference. I know people say you should use headphones when you play games, but let me tell you, I had no idea how good video games could sound until I started using headphones myself. So it looks like I'm just kind of letting the intro play out here at the beginning. And that's because, well, the intro to this game kind of just goes right into the game, really. And with that, we are atop the Mountain of Woe. Wait, this ain't Chrono Trigger. What am I talking about? Mountain of Woe. So we got a couple of doofuses here. There's the town. Now, can we advance the dialogue? Can I not advance the dialogue? I should be able to advance the dialogue here. Well, you know what? I'm a little confused right now. We'll see whenever we get into town if I actually have control of my character. Anyway, so we have the two Star Wars characters, pretty much a staple in most Final Fantasies, are the two characters Biggs and Wedge. I'm not sure how Biggs translated into Vicks here, but maybe everybody on the set had a cold and they just had a lot of Vicks Vapor Rub on their hands. So that being the case, that's what I'm going to call him, Vicks Vapor Rub, and I encourage you as well, if you're having some snotty nose winter problems, go get yourself some Vicks Vapor Rub. I'm not sponsored, I'm just saying, it's good stuff, helps with the breathing, and it smells good. And also I've heard that, if you put it on your feet and wear socks to bed, it really helps. I'm not sure why that would be, but who am I to question things like that? In one of the game's most iconic scenes here, we see the 3 Gundams. I guess that's what we're calling them now. They started out as just Magitech suits, So people got into wars, they fought, and they realized, well, it's kind of a waste to just send soldiers out on a battlefield with a gun, where they could get shot so easily. Why don't we put them inside big mecha suits like Iron Man, and just send them into the fray, And as these 3 slowly approach the town, you only are left to wonder what could possibly be going through their minds. Well, you definitely wonder what's going through the girl's mind, because, as the dialogue has already specified, she is under control. She doesn't even realize what she's doing. This is all just a big dream to her, probably. Meanwhile, the 2 guys in front, Probably working for an army, not realizing the gravity of the situation, or the gravity of what they were about to do. And you can only wonder that as the lights of the town in the distance slowly approach. But anyway, enough about that. So this playthrough is actually brought to us today by a very, very generous donation of $1,000 from GunarmDyne. So the story there, GunarmDyne is a friend of mine. He's been following me basically since the very beginning. And, so I did a stream for my friend Mark, Smile Time Charity. Some of you guys have heard about this already, but I am not getting a response from my controller at all here. Now it's working. Wait, do I have to go watch all this again? Hang on! Okay, here we are, finally in the town now, and we can actually progress with the story. Let's put her on point. No sense taking any risk. Forward! Screw that noise, I ain't going forward, I'm gonna go back. The Esper's gotta be in here. Move out! No! I have free will, give it back to me! The Esper's gotta be in here, please move out. Okay, fine, jeez, man. So testy. Oh man, not even Narsh is safe anymore. So there's a nice little way for them to introduce the name of the town, and holy crap, battle music! There's too much to talk about, too little time. I'm gonna use Fire Beam. For some reason, the girl has a bunch more moves than the other guys do. So you can just use whatever you want. Knock yourself out. Because it's pretty much impossible to die here. Well, you know it's not impossible, but... Oh, those drums on that victory music are so damn good. Damn, I gotta tell you what, man. Alright, so, as I fight my way through the town here a little bit, I'll just tell you a little bit about more how this LP came to be, or why I'm doing this now. These guys are weak to fire, by the way, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I was doing a charity stream for Prevent Cancer on behalf of a friend of mine, Mark, who started the Smile Time charity. So it's a pretty small group. He set a goal of $1,000 and said, you know, if we get that, we're doing good. On his first day, he managed to raise closer to $3,000. And I was very proud of him for that. But then I got this crazy idea. Like, because I was doing my section of the stream, the charity stream, the next day. And I thought, what if I did this thing where, and apologies in advance to people who've already heard this story a million times, because I've been talking about it in my other playthroughs. Anyway, I got this crazy idea that, like, what if I did an incentive, a donation incentive, where anyone who donates $1,000 gets to pick my next LP that I start in 2020. I didn't think anybody was going to do it. It turns out 4 people did it. 4 people donated $1,000 to pick my next LP. And since I'm talking about it now, I will go ahead and, let's see. Oh, look at that. Vixen Wedge. Good job, Vix Vapo Rub. So we can actually go into our subscreen here if we want, and, like, so you go to skills and you can use magic here. She has magic. She may not even realize it, but she does. She's under their control right now, so enough about that, but anyway. Yeah, so the first person to donate $1,000 was my good friend GunarmDyne. And he requested this game. And I was so stoked when he did. Because I've been wanting to do this for a while. And this is kind of the perfect excuse, really. So I'm going to skip turns here so I can get over to hers. And show off some of her other moves. She has a couple of moves that the other guys don't. And I'm not sure why that is. I guess because she's just really good at what she does here. They did say she fried like 50 of the armored soldiers in under 3 minutes or some crap, you know? According to our source, the frozen Esper was found in a new mine shaft. Maybe this one. Maybe. It's like the only one in town. It's the only one that we can get to. In these giant-ass machines. Now we're going to start with a random encounter, so this will get a little annoying, but you can just button mash if you want. Magic Fire Beam, Magic Fire Beam, Magic Fire Beam. And if you choose to attack an enemy who's already been attacked by someone else, they'll just auto-attack. They'll change their target to someone else in the fight. In some of the older Final Fantasy games, you might remember that if you choose two people to attack the same enemy, and the enemy dies before the second person gets to attack, then that person kind of just loses their turn and attacks nothing. Which is pretty stupid, but, you know, what are you gonna do? This is a save point. Would you like to know about save points? No, I would not. I would just like to use them very much. Thank you. There we go. Aces. So yeah, the other games that were picked were Metroid Fusion by Rexara888. I always get the other two confused. Yakyo Prime was another of the donators, and I believe he was the one that requested... Whoops, wait a minute. Oh, boss time! Yeah. Whoa, holy crap, man. Stuff is happening so fast here I can't even keep up anymore. Do you recall hearing about a monster that eats lightning? Yeah, Yakyo Prime, who's very well known for being generous to people all over the Twitch community. At least my community and my friends' communities. He donated to have me play... Wait a minute, Tech Missile, here we go. He donated to have me play Legend of Mana. Or Legend of Mana, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So that'll also be a future playthrough. I have played the game myself in the past, but only like maybe 4 or 5 hours of it. I'm actually gonna hold off on my... Oh, that's not good. Okay, so see, here's the thing, when he goes in his shell, you're not supposed to attack him. But I'd already put in the command, so it's a little too late here. Fortunately, I have Cure, and I can... Can't I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I had a different button set to R. My bad. Fortunately, with her Cure spell, she can heal him right up. Magitech also has Heal Force, so you can kind of do it yourself if you want. And just like that, he's back in the game. Doesn't really have a weakness, unless you want to say Tech Missile is his weakness. But I consider Tech Missile to be kind of a physical attack, so I wouldn't really call that a weakness. But it is pretty much the closest thing to a physical attack you get with these things. So, there is that. I'm just gonna turn this down slightly. Wow, he's going in and out of that shell rather quickly here. I think it might be because I have it on active mode instead of wait. Yeah, he might be dead. It might be better if I just let them die so she gets all the experience, you know? No, I'm just gonna have him heal himself, whatever. No, he's fine, actually. What am I talking about? So there's other moves here, but it doesn't really matter. You're never gonna see these again. X-Fur is like an instant death attack. Confuser, I think it's like something that... It's the equivalent of a noise blaster move that you have that you get in the future. Why aren't you doing anything? I was gonna say, dude. There you go. And I believe this will do it. Boom! Okay, where was I on that donation list? GunarmDyne donated to make me... GunarmDyne donated to make me play this. Rexara888 donated for Metroid Fusion. Yakyo Prime donated for Legend of Mana. And finally, the Benefactor, who is also pretty popular among the community. You've probably seen him in the TRG Coliseum, donating over there. That person's crazy. They were actually physically at MagFest, because they dropped off a bag and then just kind of left. And I didn't even realize it was them until I opened the bag and saw the letter and saw who had signed it, and I was like, holy shit, they're here. But they didn't, like, it was so cool because, like, they didn't say who they were or anything. They just dropped the bag off and said, hey, here you go. Anyway, I still actually have something for Jules and Adri in that bag. I need to get to them. So I wasn't able to get it to them. Because I didn't see them for the last day. Or on the last day. I didn't see them the night before either. Well, I saw Adri, but I didn't have it on me at the time, so it was a little unfortunate. But anyway. So anyway, they donated, man, it's like, boy, am I ever going to get to the point here? They donated to have me play one of two games. It was my choice. Either Xenoblade Chronicles 2 or Dragon Quest XI S for the Switch. And he's dead. So if I'm being honest with myself, I think Dragon Quest is the one I would rather do. And it's not just because of that, though. It's also because when I play Xenoblade 2, I kind of want to do it on my own time. I just want to, like, play it by myself. Because I feel like too many games these days, I've been streaming them and doing it to get a reaction, you know, and all this stuff. And, you know, you do that for long enough, you kind of lose sight of what makes games great. Okay. I'm awake. Hey, am I okay? Where am I? I must have taken a bad step. And I only just removed the crown. No, my head hurts. What's wrong? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong. I got a little turtle here for you. Yep, can't remember a thing. That's what happens when you take too much alcohol, I guess. Alright, here's the thing now. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this just yet. We decided that all 4 of the $1,000 donators would get a character in this game named after them, which I think is totally fair. So Dyne, GunarmDyne, is gonna be Dyne. He'll be Locke. The benefactor will be Setzer, Ben E. That's probably what I call him, like Ben space E period. Yakyo Prime will be Gao. And Rexara will be Sabin, or Sabin. I don't know, I like Sabin better, but whatever. Guess I'm used to Sab Irene at this point. But then that begs the question of, well, it's going to be a little weird to have all the other characters with just their normal names, and just these select few with different names. It's going to be confusing. So I thought, well, you know, maybe I should, like, name the rest of them after others in the community who have contributed in some, you know, in some random way, like however, you know, whatever. So I think, I can't even formulate a coherent thought at this point. So I kind of hemmed and hawed about, like, who would I pick for these names, you know, and I thought maybe just name them after friends of mine or whatever, or maybe just mods or whatever. But in the end, I'm just gonna go from the hip and name them after my closest friends. The obvious first pick here will be my dear, dear friend Diana. Impressive. I've never heard of anyone recovering this fast. Yeah, well, you need to go to law school. You'd be surprised. They have the best recovery rates in town. They'll recover your stolen... shoot. I'm trying to think of, like, one of those commercials of the lawyers who are like, we'll fight to collect your maximum cash and benefits or whatever. Open this door, we want that girl. She's an officer of the Empire. Oh. These soldiers are so dumb. I mean, why don't they just bust down the door? Seriously. Well, I guess it is kind of a technological town. I was gonna say, oh, maybe it's made of straw or something, but no, it's probably not. Man, I have so many stories about this game. The thing is, I feel like most of the stories I've already told in the original LP. But it wouldn't make sense not to tell them. If I'm doing the LP over, maybe some of the stories I should tell over too. Possibly in more detail than last time. Like, every time I hear this music, even to this day, I can still kind of feel the guilt of what I was going through at the time when I played the game for the first time. I'm just gonna save here. Also, probably a good idea would be to Okay, let me see. I don't know how she ended up on the bottom. I'm gonna put her on the top here. And put her in the back row. Which means she'll take less physical damage. But she can still use her magic to the same effect as before. Oops, I'm using the wrong button for R again. My bad. Well, that's okay, you get to see some big-ass damage here. So the ATB gauge fills up to indicate when a player's next turn will be. It's pretty standard fare for Final Fantasy, I don't need to explain this at all. But yeah, when I first got this game, I had technically kind of made a promise to myself that I wouldn't play it until I got a job. So I was trying to find a job at the time, and one of the ways I wanted to incentivize myself was to, you know, keep myself away. I'm going to actually ignore the chests in here, because they turn into better things if you wait until later to open them, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, I mean, I just graduated high school. Here we go. I just graduated high school, I was looking for a job and I couldn't find one, and I thought, well, the last thing I need is another RPG that's going to take up all my time, you know. Plus, maybe if I'd be more incentivized to find a job if I had a reward waiting for me when I did find one. Of course, the reward would be like the paycheck, you know, that first paycheck, man. But, you know, by the time I got around to January of 2005, it had been 7 months and I'd had no luck. And I had, you know, Nintendo Power magazines with this game on the cover. And I didn't allow myself to even read the pages in the magazine. Like, I allowed myself to read, I think, 2 pages, and that was it. There's very little information about the game on those pages. But it was just enough to really kind of whet my appetite. Get me really interested. And this is why I say that this is a game that I anticipated more strongly than I think any other game in my life. Is because of the circumstances surrounding it. But, anyway, so one day, you know, eventually I saved up enough money. I don't know where I was getting my money from. Probably just allowances and random bits and bobs, you know? Like, sometimes my parents would give me money to go get food at the bowling alley or something, and I'd just hang on to some of it, you know? And I kept track of all of it. Every single penny. Literally down to the penny, I was keeping track of it. Just to see, you know, how much I needed to get to that point where I could afford it. And eventually I hit that point. So I was out riding with my dad one day, and we happened to stop by Best Buy. I guess he wanted to pick something up there. And I remember standing in that electronics department, just staring at the game on the shelf, and counting the money in my pocket. It turned out I had enough. And I kept thinking to myself, I could do this. I could buy this game right now. If I wanted to, I could just buy it right now. This game that I've been waiting for literal months. I was standing right there, and it was mine. It could have been mine. Mr. Dyne, thank you for the $1,000 donation. It will go towards a very good cause. You have earned this and then some. My man, I love you. Enjoy being Locke. I prefer the term treasure hunting, thank you very much. There's a huge difference here. There's a girl I like to be. Oh, a girl! I love the way he perks up whenever he says that. Anyway, well, as you can imagine, I caved in and I bought the game. Because I thought to myself at that point, well, I could still buy the game and just not play it until I get a job, you know? But who was I kidding? I knew the moment I got home, I wasn't going to be able to restrain myself for long. I mean, I was going to have to restrain myself anyway, just on the basis that my parents would be using the TV for the evening. So it's not like I was going to be able to play it right when I got home or anything, because I didn't have the Super NES to set up in my own room. Because I was sharing a room with my sister at the time, so... those were good times, though. Uh-oh, Koopo. Moogles, Moogles, hey-o. I'm surprised there was never more advertisement for this game, because there was a commercial for this game. And it involved one of the Koopo, or it involves Mog, actually. Need more information? No, I don't. See, the Moogles were made up to make these like, super... So the Moogles were kind of made up to be these really powerful creatures. Or at least Mog was in particular in the commercial. Because I remember the monsters would show up and he'd be like, next, next! Or whatever. It was fun. I don't know if I can find that commercial. Maybe I'll put the clip in here. But I'm going to move a couple of these guys to the back row here. Because some of them use ranged weapons. And there's no point in having someone with a ranged weapon in the front row. Why would you want to do that? So let's see. And then you, I believe, is the only other one. So let's do this. So this is not a mechanic that you use very much in the game, but it's a thing where, like, when you're trying to protect someone or something, you might need to use several different parties to get the job done. And so you'll have to use those parties to block off paths on a predetermined something in a maze, basically. Nice, there we go. Ooh, can we sneak up behind this guy right here? Or is he gonna get locked? No, he's gonna get locked. Alright, I guess Locke's group is going next here. Now, Locke has the ability to steal. He's a thief. That's what he's good at. And he stole his atomic. Very nice. These bull mammoths are very annoying. They always start off with a blizzard attack. And, you know, so it's pretty much guaranteed they're gonna kill you if they get off like 2 or 3 of them. Well, 3 most likely. Yeah, now this group is back in the action. So we're blocking the other path, so here we go. Oh, this game is so freaking cool, though. Just this music here, this hopeful, you know, what do you even call it? A victory march? As the Moogles rush in to save the day, and it just makes you feel so powerful. You have all these little guys fighting for you. Getting the job done, you know? Getting these fart knockers in their place. So Mog is the leader of the Moogles, quite naturally. Yeah, see that 9 damage? He's in the front row and he's taking that little damage. Well, I don't know. The other guy just took 1, so I don't know. It was a different type of attack, though, I suppose. Mastered a new dance, huh? Yeah, that would be Mog's thing. Dancing is kind of like his special ability. It's a little unpredictable, but it's interesting. So he has 8 different dances in the game he can learn, based on different atmospheres that you fight in. And if he does it successfully, then he gets a random move out of it. That move there caused the slip status, so it did 86 damage initially, but then the 3 damage was like residual, left over. It's like when you get a cut, but then it still hurts even after you get it. So it's kind of like what happened there. Let me see, is something... Yeah, you're coming up the right side. We can't have that. Let's get your butt out of here. Oh, if he uses that blizzard, he's gonna use the blizzard, but... He'll only get 1. He might kill a couple of us here. I don't know. Oh, wow. 2 of us, huh? Yeah, we should be okay, hopefully. If we put in our commands. Yeah, Lobo's not gonna do much. Los Lobos kick your teeth! Los Lobos kick your face! Los Lobos kick your balls into outer space! I couldn't remember the next line. How bad is that? That's the funniest part. Alright, Mr. Locke, you want to clean us out here or take us to the end? Or take it to the fridge? See if anybody needs anything here. Nah, we should be okay. Is there anything else? No, I don't think there is. Let's do it. Welcome to the boss music theme. I don't know if I like it as much as Final Fantasy IV's boss music, but I gotta tell you, it's a good, strong, driving theme. It's very intense. I think it actually gets better as it goes along. I'm not crazy about the way it starts. It seems to... But I feel like that's a series of notes that you just hear way too often in music. Even though I'd be hard-pressed to name any specific example of where else you hear it. Well, no, I can think of an example. It's like, Zelda 2. The temple music is kind of the same. Because, like, this one's like... And then Zelda 2 is like... It's kind of the same. I don't know. Anyway. So Locke's like, okay, I'm gonna take this girl out of here. I don't know how he's doing that right now. Mayhaps he has some special ability where he can turn her tiny. Same way Link does to the items he carries. Gotta love secret entrances. Or in this case, secret exits. Back with us now? What do you mean, us? You saved me. Save your thanks for the Moogles. Nope. Yeah. Sorry, I had to take a drink there. Back in the day, you didn't really see a lot of expressions on characters, you know? And if we had seen Final Fantasy V in the US, maybe it wouldn't have been nearly as jarring of a transition. But I gotta tell you, the first time you see this game, when all you've seen up to that point was Final Fantasy IV, it really is kind of amazing what a good job they did with the expressions on the characters in this game, considering the sprite limitations and everything. So here we got a healing pot, and in here is a bunch of people you can talk to about stuff, save points and whatnot. You can save your game if you want to, might as well. So yeah, before we go leaving the town though, I think I'm actually going to end off the video there. I don't know if the videos are always going to be this long. So I know the original LP was over 100 parts, but that was also back when we had the time limit of 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure I can beat this game in about 50 parts now. Yeah, I shouldn't say anything just yet. I don't want to, like, make any projections about things like that until we get at least a little further into the game. I already saved, so I'm not going to do it again here, but that's where we'd be at for now, so... Yeah, I feel like the commentary's been all over the place in this episode. Sorry about that. I had so much to say, and I still had a lot to say. And I don't feel like there's enough time to get it all out. I've really... God, in my mind, it's like a bucket of scrambled eggs right now. But I'm ready to get into this game and just jump into it. Show you guys what I've learned since the last time I played. And, of course, continue to use what knowledge I do have to make a decent playthrough here, I suppose. So, till then, thank you so much for watching, everybody. And I will see you again real soon. Take care, and bye-bye!